Okay, Jack. And what was your role in the TV news desk?
So in our first set of our news days, we had 3 weeks, so Monday to Tuesday of all of them. My role was the news editor, so I basically corralled all of the reporters, found out what stories they were going to do, and then dispersed, guided them on it, and dispersed what stories would go to which platforms. So some reporters would come up and say this is a TV and radio package. Others would say this is only online and print. So there'd be a lot of different moving parts in terms of what you had to cover. In this set of news days, so from November onwards, in the first set I was a reporter. So I'm a reporter now as well. So yeah, just a general reporter. So in the morning you come in with stories, you'd be sent out, you'd be guided on it. They could change it if they wanted to, and you'd be sent out in the afternoon to get all your stories done. I was also a sub, so I took in all the online content that was published to Keys News, their student publication, and then I basically obviously just subbed it and just edited it, made it look professional standard, changed opening lines, changed titles, added photos, added media, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was pretty good. You did a lot of well-rounded stuff.
Okay, and what do you think worked well, and what challenges did you face whilst performing in them?
I think what worked well is I think everybody had a skill to bring to the news days. I think because there were so many different platforms, it meant that you could do a lot of different things. You could be quite creative with how you made your stories. So in the first set of news days, we had a graphics team. We had a lot of infographics, which is really big at the minute in terms of journalism. We also, we've got so many different radio and TV students in that they can, add their skills to print and online. So it gives us a really diverse team. One thing that was a challenge is because there's so many people, it's difficult to communicate through the ranks. So when I was a news editor, I had like a list of like 20 people and what they were all specifically doing. It's difficult to keep control of them the whole time, and trying to keep, because you want them to do what they want to do because it's their portfolio, but you want to control them as well. You want to be able to kind of get the best out of them. So that was a real challenge as well.
And would you say there was any new skills that you learnt about from being part of the TV news day?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I went on live radio for the first time, like ever. So I was absolutely terrified. So that's these kind of things you got to do, because in the industry they will ask you to do it, and you can't really say, oh no, I'm only this section or that section. You got to be able to do it. So I think just in me personally, I was a print journalist, but I'd like to say now that I can do different things. I can go into broadcast room studios, and I can conduct myself as a broadcast journalist, which is a really big thing, because that's what businesses look for nowadays.
And did you find the overall experience good for your future career?
For my news days, or the whole course? Yeah, the news days. Yeah, I mean, I think the best way to really develop your career and develop yourself is to do it, and to do 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and act as a real newsroom, see how well you perform, because otherwise you won't really know how you do until you have deadlines at a certain time and you're missing them, or if you have deadlines at a certain time and you're hitting them, like you don't know what will go on until you actually go in there and until you actually start making these stories. So I think this combined with the placement is the best way to learn, I think.